Hi guys, welcome back to another journey through 30. So this is gonna be a quick one. I really don't have a lot to say. It's just a quick little update and maybe one or two rants. Nothing too major, just something real quick. So your girl is officially off Eligard, aka Lupron. So as you know, if you are a breast cancer patient, one of the medications that they put you on for either a 2-year plan or a 5-year plan is really Lupron. The generic brand is Eligard. So it's an injection that you can either take in the muscle area, whether that be your thigh, the stomach, the buttock, the back of the arm. Those are the places. So last month was my official last month of getting Eligard. In my previous videos, you guys heard my little rants about not wanting to be on medication for 5 years, not wanting to be, prolonging things and stuff like that. But in all health aspect, you just want to be healthy. You really don't want to have, reoccurring, or you don't want to come out of remission. So I got the news literally yesterday. It just dawned on me that today is July 20th. So it just dawned on me, like around the 15th to the 20th, I normally get my Eligard shot. So I was thinking, like, damn, I didn't, do my shot for the month yet. So I contacted my oncologist and I told her. She was like, well, upon further investigation, you've been on it for over 2 years, so you can stop taking Eligard. So I was just like, what? What you just said? It was really like a dumb question, because I was more excited, because I was like, okay, I don't have to worry no more. I'm off it. And I'm thinking I'm going to be off all medication completely. No. I'm just off of Eligard. I still have to take the tamoxifen daily, once a day. And truth be told, I was slowly trying to wean myself off of tamoxifen, because when you look up the side effects, the symptoms and stuff like that, like, it really harms your reproductive organs. And not for nothing, as a small little rant, when I went to my gyno and just to check my ovaries, just to make sure everything is fine, she was like, yeah, baby, your ovaries are kind of shrunk. And I was like, what? Yo, that's really a thing? Like, yo, your organs really be on their own. I don't want to say they be on their own mind, because you have your own mind. Your mind really tells your organs on what to do. But if you're not thinking about it, you get what I'm saying, and it does what it does naturally, or when stuff is done to you medically, like the organs will retreat, which I didn't even know that was a thing. But the more you know. Then I've been really contemplating like a different lifestyle. Like, if you guys saw my previous video, I was talking about different things that I wanted to do, and I just wanted to do, like a whole total upgrade, mind, body, spirit, and physical things that I wanted to change. So I guess everything, the more you speak on it, the more things happen. The power of the tongue. So I guess, but it's finally here. I'm at the tail end of it, and I really wanted to be over with, like completely over it, because people who know me know that I'm not the type to really complain or express what I'm going through, like especially something major as cancer. Like, I have so many friends that are close to me, and even family members, like, oh, why you didn't tell me, or how come you didn't let me know, and stuff like that. Like, I'm the type, when major things happen, I go inward. Like, I don't expel or vocalize, or, you get what I'm saying? I go into hiding, per se. Not hiding in the physical aspect. I mean, like, hiding, like, I go mentally. Like, I'll go in my mind, and I'll just be like, I'll just talk to myself, and I'll just say, like, different things. Like, all right, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you need to change this, and you need to, I just pep talk myself. even though as much as I don't want to do it, I do. And not for nothing, as you guys well know, that I am not big on telling people my business. And I'm not saying that people don't deserve to know, because the people close to you do deserve to know. But, you know, everybody deals with things and trauma very differently. Like, it took me like a good, I want to say like 6 years to like talk about my accident that involved my leg. Like, it took me 6 solid years to like vocalize what happened, how I was feeling, like what it made me do, and what I couldn't do. Like, it took me a while to like really feel comfortable enough talking about it. So my cancer diagnosis, it ain't no different. Like, my mom was there when I first was told about it. And every step of the way after that, chemotherapy, radiation, the surgery, recovery, my mom was there every step of the way. Only people that really knew like what was going on was my best friends and my ex at the time. Well, my boyfriend at the time knew what was going on. But outside of those 4 people, nobody knew nothing. And I didn't tell anyone anything either, because I'm a firm believer of when you're going through stuff, you really shouldn't tell people what's going on, because their thoughts will like project onto you. And I'm an empath, so whatever you feel or whatever you might give off type of energy, I'm gonna feel it and I internalize it. So I try to block those things like completely. Like, it's only a certain amount of people that I trust, you know, exchanging energy or exchanging vulnerabilities with. Like, my mom, she's really, really like my rock, my solid rock. My ex, he was there physically. Like, you know, you don't want to exchange words, but you just want somebody that's like there physically. He was good for that. And my best friends, they were just like doing the most. Like, you're gonna be okay, everything's alright, we're gonna get through it, da 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 da. This is a minor setback for a major comeback. You know, regular shit that best friends do. That's basically how they treated it. So me explaining this just shows you guys like what type of people I kept in my circle. Now, outside of that, if you found out through somebody who asked if it was okay for them to know. Like, even my mom, not trying to blow her up or anything like that, she would ask me like, do you want such and such to know? You know, they're asking about you to see if you're okay. Do you want to let them know? And I'd be like, all right, ma, you could tell them. Because at that point, I was out of like the scare zone. Like, I already had went through the lumpectomy. I had already went through radiation. So now I'm at the chemotherapy stage and medication stage. So I was already out the woods when it came to cancer, and I was solely in remission mode. Here's one thing that they don't gear you when you go through cancer is how it's going to affect you. Now, cancer affects people differently. Everybody's plan, is individual plan, is different. Mine per se was very rare, and it was very different because of course I got it. I had just turned 31. I was about to turn 31. I was 30 going on 31. And of course that's young for breast cancer. That's very young. Because the normal statistics and information given is for like women in their 50s and up, and women of this kind of complexion. You know, it's based off of their anatomy and their data. That being said, you know, the hospital offers support groups. They offer different things or different tools that help you along your journey. But I would read some of the pamphlets. I would go to like some of the meetings, and I would feel like an alien or a fish out of water, because all these women were older. All these women did not look like me. All these women, you know, they had gone through life basically. And here I am at 31, you know, just basically starting my adult life. in your 20s, you just flying by, you just doing whatever. But in your 30s, that's when you start to like really focus or hone in on being an adult. I wasn't finding anybody, and that's where this whole journey through 30 was born, because I was like, you know what? Because I'm good at writing down things. Like, I would journal and stuff like that, like do little self-help books, write my feelings out and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try vlogging my experience, because you never know. I might be able to help someone who might be in the same position I was in. You get what I'm saying? So that's just basically how Journey Through 30 was born. Like, how I hatched it up. Like, it was really a video diary of me trying to go through the phases of it, being that I had just, you know, basically started my 30s. And I was hit with it. Along the way, I did find one or two people. One person I'm still in contact with who went through the same thing that I went through, but she's a little bit older than me. She's not in her 40s yet, but she's close. And she was just telling me about her experience, and she felt the same way. Like, none of the data is based off of our anatomy or autonomy. None of the data shows rates of, you know, success and stuff like that. None of the support groups really hone in on our ethnic backgrounds. Like, it's a lot that's missing, I should say. So now, basically, I just want to, the plans that I had when I was 30, I just want to start moving on those plans now at 34, almost 35, because we already in the month of July, and 2023 is about to be over. We're about to be in 2024 in less than 6 months. So, God will sometimes show you got plans. He'll laugh in your face and tell you that ain't how life gonna go. Neither here nor there. So, like I said, it's been a journey with this. Like I said, I'm glad that I'm at the tail end of it. I just want it to be like completely over, even though I'm in remission. Everybody who's had cancer before, you know, once you're in remission, there's always a chance that it can come back. So that's why you have to treat your body well, do things to maintain your health and stuff like that. So, you know, you don't want those type of things to continue to happen. You don't want to come out of remission. You don't want to, you know, get sick, because nobody wants to be sick. Like, my little brother made a joke the other day, because he was like, oh, you don't walk around or act like you're sick. And I was like, you act like I asked God, like, yo, give me a big one, like, hit me with this, like I could take it. Like, don't nobody want to be sick. Come on, let's be realistic. So I'm excited, but I'm definitely nervous, because I'll be back on the wheel. Now I will be getting my cycle. I'm not excited about that, because the medication that I was taking completely stopped my cycle. And I was one of those girls that would bleed for a good 10 days plus. And every day was heavy. So I'm not excited for that. But your cycle shows that your ovaries are working and your uterus is working. So hopefully it'll change. Like, it'll dial it back some. But I have a feeling that once it does come, like, I'm gonna be so miserable, because it's been so long since I've had one. So oh my god, I'm gonna be so dramatic. Are you guys ready for my little rant? It's not gonna take up too much of your time, because we already been on this probably 5-10 minutes already. So, what is with people with the audacity against women? Like, what is going on? Like, what? Do you guys not know that without a woman, life would definitely cease to exist? Do y'all not keep that in mind? Like, what is the audacity that some people have against women? Like, what is all these artificial birthing places, transgender people saying that women don't have the entitlement or own menstrual cycles and having babies. Now you're not calling women women. Now you're birthing people, or a birth person, or a SIS. What the hell is a cis woman? Like, what are these terms? Like, it's two genders, male and female. If you a female, you decide that you wanted to be a man, that's your business. But at birth, you're a female. If you are a man that wants to be a female, and you decide that you want to identify as female, that is your business. But you were born a male. Now, how you identify has nothing to do with me. You cannot force someone to accept or to think the way that you think. Everyone is born. Everyone comes to a woman. Everyone came from the essence of a woman. Yes, you came from the essence of your father, because you need sperm and you need an ovary and you need an egg in order to have a baby. You need that conception in order to have a child. That's how everyone is born. But the audacity that some people are having against women is insane. Now, if you're having a gender identity crisis and you're not sure if you want to be a female this day, you want to be a male that day, again, that is a you problem. That's no one else's problem but yours. Do not perpetuate or do not force other people into your confusion. If you want to be if you a female, you want to be a man, or if you're a man that wants to be a female, that is your business, baby. How you lay down and who you lay down with is your business. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not checking genitals and DNA and all of that other stuff. I'm not doing that. And so are a lot of other people. They're not doing that. So I'm not understanding what is the personal attack and what is the personal vendetta. Like, people be sitting in their corner minding their business, and it'll be just a random ass video. Like what's on freaking Instagram and even TikTok. Like, oh, I want to know what you straight folks are gonna be when transgender women get a uterus transplant. First of all, that's dangerous. That's one. And two, baby, if you want a uterus and you want a period and you want to go through the motions and all of that, with having that, you can have it. Like, nobody's fighting y'all on this, on things like that. Oh, you're born a female and you know, oh, you feel that female feels like they have a sense of entitlement. Listen, nobody has a choice on how they're born. You don't go to God and be like, yeah, make me a female, and then you're born, and then when you become an adult, you're like, you know what, I don't want to be a female no more, I want to be a male. Like, if that's the case, you could have went to God and be like, you know what, since I'm going to change my mind later, just make me a man, or just make me a female. That way I can live the life naturally and organically how I want to. You get what I'm saying? Because I just saw a video just now on Instagram where this transgender woman was saying women don't own the rights to womanhood, and they don't own a menstrual cycle. Like, they don't have the rights to that. What are you saying? I don't want to call it a mental illness, because at this point that's what it's looking like. Like, it'll just be a random thing, just like that whole issue where, oh, what I want to know what you women are gonna do when transgender women are able to have, you're gonna have a uterus transplant. Like, baby, if you want to go through that first, if you want to go through that, that's on you. You want to spend the money and do that, go ahead. I wish you all the luck. You want to be a natural and complete woman, then go right ahead, baby. Like, nobody is stopping you. Like, I think what people feel is that you're forgetting that you have a choice. You have a choice to do whatever it is that you want to do, decide whatever you want to decide, attain those things however you want to attain them. But what you're not going to do is disrespect a whole group of people or a whole set of gender people, because that's really what it is. On the fact that they're born that way naturally. Like, what is the animosity about? Let's keep it a bean. Y'all are definitely watching women and definitely watching men, learning mannerisms, learning how they dress, how to walk, how to, you know, the styles and all of that etiquette. You watch that from an organic female. You learn those things through watching women or watching men. You learn that from watching. So you are watching something, but yet you're envious of the thing that you're watching. That's so oxymoron to me. Like, what the fuck is going on? However you choose to identify, baby, that's on you. However, whatever makes you sleep good at night, however you decide, even if you wake up one day and just be like, you know, I just want to be a man today, and you wake up the following day and just be like, I want to be a female. That's on you. Nobody, you have a choice. Nobody is gonna debate that. That's you and how you feel. But it's messed up for you to impose or to project your insecurities and your real hatred for someone or something that's minding their business. Don't get me wrong, all the girls love a good best friend. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. For those who know what I'm talking about. But I find it disrespectful, and I find it like a spit in the face, because those comments are coming from many different angles, but people forget that you have a mother, you have brothers, you have sisters, you have aunts, you have uncles who want to be who they naturally are, who want to be, you know, I don't want to say a sexuality, because heterosexual or bisexual or trisexual, pansexual, whatever, that's a whole nother discussion. But y'all have to have a little bit more respect. Just like how you want us to respect you, respect is earned. It's not given. So if you show respect, you're going to get respect back. So whatever man or woman hurt y'all, and y'all are taking these frustrations out on a whole nother gender, maybe you guys need to go back and go inward and figure out what is the problem. Because what would possess you to feel that people are judging you, that people are saying things that they're not even saying? Because I can't picture somebody, or I can't picture someone saying that if they identify as a man, and they tell you that they identify as a man, and somebody being wild disrespectful, and they just like, yeah, no, I'm still gonna call you a female. Like, what? Like, in those type of instances, I could see you going off. Like, I could see somebody really hitting the shit, because it's like, all right, I told you what I want, and I told you how I whatever. So you're being disrespectful by not listening or taking heed to what I'm telling you. So I can see why you would be on the defense like that. But if that's not happening, why are y'all causing a problem? Like, that's the shit that I don't get. Like, I don't understand it. But I'm gonna insert the video that I'm talking about. I'm gonna insert the clip right here.
Phobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
This is a diagram of the female anatomy and reproductive system. Down here, this part is the vagina.
While everyone is in an uproar about who can bleed and who can't, men have become so obsessed with women that they want to turn into one. And I find it quite flattering that womanhood seems so great to you guys. Y'all know me, you may not like what I gotta say, but I'm gonna say it anyways. In recent conversation, there's been a lot of uproar between trans women and real women. In my opinion, I think the most misogynistic thing that a man can do is reject his biology as a man and go into women-dominated spaces telling other women how he's a better woman than them because it's based off of his feelings of how he perceives a woman to be, while walking in society emulating what he believes a woman looks like by replicating other women. When we're discussing womanhood, I cannot go to another woman and ask her what it feels like to be a woman, because being a woman is not a feeling. However, being a woman, I absolutely am subjected to my reproductive organs that identify me as a woman. And saying that doesn't mean that I'm less than a woman. It just means that that is the beginning of my woman origin and my woman experience. And for the women who can't have a baby, we still recognize those women as women because they do have the reproductive organs to do so. However, we also understand that something is medically wrong with them. I will give credence to the fact that women are not the only people who have a period if we're identifying them that way, because non-binary people or trans men actually can also have a period, but at the basis of it, we call those biological women. However, when you're talking about trans women, we understand that that is something that biologically impossible you cannot do. The power struggle here that comes into play is when there is a very small minority of people imposing onto a larger group of people that are telling them what they would like to be called, how they would like to be treated, how they would like to be pronounced, and how they would like to be identified, but then you're imposing terminology onto them that they have yet to accept. So I must appease your feelings calling you by the pronouns that you identify with as, because you have chosen to make this decision about putting on a wig and putting on nails and putting on a dress. However, when I tell you I reject terms like birthing person or breastfeeder or real woman or biological woman or cisgendered woman, at this point then I should just understand and accept it because science says so. But science also says that the basis of your DNA, you are biologically a male. So why are we not listening to science all the way across the board? Seems a little hypocritical to me. And since everyone has such an issue with understanding just hilarious, let me go ahead and put my cape on, because I think I can break it down for you a little bit more. It's very disingenuous for you to overshadow that woman's feelings in regards to her womanhood when she actually has given birth to a baby, which biologically that does make her a woman. However, you decided to discuss her looks and says that she looks like a trans person while you're also attempting to advocate for trans people. It's giving inherent transphobia. Also, to resurface the interview where she's relaying her experience of a man DMing her thinking that she was a trans woman to have sex with her probably offended her because she's an actual woman, and it should be more of a slight to trans people considering the fact that that person has a fetish and just wanted to sexualize you and use you as an inanimate object. As a black woman, we have to be extremely mindful of how we attach ourselves to other intersectional groups when it comes to their issues, because we're always the first to remind people nobody respects us and nobody protects us, but we're the first to jump into the line of fire when other people need a defense. So here's a few things to remember when you're talking allyship. They're always present when it's time to give the tea or bash heterosexual men and amplify any bad experience that we've had in regards to our relationship issues. But anytime it's time to help these children and provide for them or be a better role model or even your protection, they are nowhere to be found. Not saying that there is an agenda, but I will say for a very small group of people who seem to not have any effect on anybody, when their issues come up in conversation, they're making a huge ruckus, and their representation comes at the basis of overshadowing other
periods. Majority of women don't even want to have a period. It comes with being born a female because your uterus causes it. If you don't have a uterus, then you cannot have a menstrual cycle. It's not gatekeeping. It's not women trying to, disrespect trans women. It's just a natural known fact. You can't have a period unless you have a uterus, because that's what a period does. It cleans you out. Who in a right mind would gatekeep something like that? Being on your period is mad uncomfortable for a lot of women. They wish every day that they didn't get it. So I'm not understanding, why are you on this platform stating that they're trying to gatekeep it? If you don't have a uterus, you cannot have a menstrual cycle, man. Yo, the way y'all just keep disrespecting females on this app when it comes to this topic just doesn't make any sense to me, bro. Women of TikTok, I apologize for you guys feeling this way. That you guys feel that You know, every day you're fighting to like for your womanhood. Like it doesn't even make any sense at this point.
For us. Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
But anyways, guys, that was my little rant. Love on who you want to love on. Be who you want to be. Respect who you need to respect. Remember, respect is not given, it's earned. And love on each other. See you guys in my next one. Bye.